Hey guys, MC Barber here. Welcome to this video. In this video, I'm gonna have my man that sharpens my scissors, that is maintaining our scissors, sharpening some scissors, some of mine, some of other brands that we already have here, and he's gonna talk about the scissors. So tag along and let's see what this guy is doing for us. Hey Steve, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Hey everyone, this is Steve. He's been sharpening my scissors for at least 20 years, I believe.
I believe yes.
Yeah, and how long have you been doing this for? Sharpening scissors for?
About 30.
About 30 years? So he's been doing this for about 30 years. This man knows the scissors in and out. He can tell the bad scissor from a good scissor. He's probably seen them all. Is there any type of scissor that's on the market you haven't seen?
No.
From high quality to low quality, from cobalt steel ATS 314 or 40C.
Yes.
Is there anything under that that is cheaper?
Oh, yeah. I mean, some of the stuff out of Pakistan is way below that stuff.
Way below.
Way below, yeah.
And the best scissors are made.
Generally, Japan, Japanese steel is going to be the best. Korea makes some decent stuff now. And even some of the Chinese stuff is good. So,
Okay, cool. So we have some cool steel scissors here. We have Merhan Edge of Style. They are 440, cobalt steel.
yeah.
And then we have some Chinese scissors.
Yeah.
So he's going to be sharpening some of these scissors. He can talk about what goes into sharpening them. Not everybody can actually sharpen the scissors. These are convex edge scissors.
Yeah. Yeah.
So obviously, we had experience when somebody would just walk in and say, "I'll sharpen the scissors for $5,"
Yeah.
and then we can't use them anymore.
Right.
So not everybody knows how.
Even when the Asians are sharpening, they charge like $20, and I gotta fix them all. So I spend most of my time. I spend most of my time fixing other people's work. So
One thing I noticed from when people sharpen the scissors, right?
Yeah.
As you can hear, they're very quiet.
right.
You can hear them.
Yeah.
After they sharpen them, you can hear the edge.
Yeah.
You can hear this like
Yeah.
grinding sound.
Yeah.
What happens there?
Well, it depends on the scissor too. I mean, they maybe didn't have great hollow grinds to begin with,
Yeah.
and they just left the rougher edge.
Yeah.
They didn't take the burr off. When you sharpen, you bring up a burr on each blade, and you have to get the burr off. I will buff the burr off, and then I use these stones. These are I have a 6,000, a 1,000, and a 3,000 stone to use to do the ride lines. See, on the scissor, there's a line that goes down there. I should take it apart. And I'm gonna take it apart.
Yeah, take apart Merhan Edge of Style.
We have what's called a hollow grind, is where the steel is ground to this kind of a shape. Okay. And you must have what they call a ride line. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a line that goes down here and then up around here. This is called the J channel. You need to have that, because if you didn't have it, and a lot of people sharpen, a lot of these Asians sharpen, they don't touch this, they don't do it because you got to take them apart, and it takes a lot more time. I charge between $35 and $40 to sharpen. They charge maybe 20, but guess what? They make more money than me, because they go out in the car and it takes them 10 seconds to sharpen something, zip, because they put them on a grinder. I take them apart. I make sure there's a ride line. You want it as thin as possible, and there's a J channel. Sometimes I have to work for 10, 15 minutes on a scissor just to get that back if it was ground out. So that's critical to have. So if you didn't have it, convex edge, which goes straight over, is hollow here, and it's ground over to meet that hollow, where you can shave with the scissor. Okay, you can't do that if you don't do that. Okay.
So when you drop these scissors, they usually nick each other, right? Because they're so
So
sharp.
what happens is, it's why I always tell everybody, when your scissors are on your station, make sure they're closed. Most people just throw them on, leave them open. When they're open, especially, and they hit the ground, each edge hits each other like that, boom. So you usually get a nick in both blades at the same place. So that's
So then when you are opening and closing, then they keep on grinding and destroying the edge.
Yes, then you'll be, well, that nick will get bigger and bigger and bigger if you don't take care of it,
Yes.
you know. Well, that's what I do. I have to grind the nick out of it.
So even if they are sharpened today and you drop them, they
If I sharpen them today and I leave here, you drop them, more than likely, you'll have a nick. I mean, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you get away with it,
but if you do have a nick, they have to be
they're not
refixed
they're
right
not
away.
they're not going to work. I mean, most people who, if you have only one pair of scissors, you're going to just work right through it, keep using it because you have no choice. That's why you need at least two pairs of scissors that are.
But this also destroys the life of your scissors as well, because now the nick is getting bigger,
And
which means to sharpen them, you got to remove a lot of more meat from the scissor,
yeah,
and
yeah.
reduces the life of the scissor.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Also, to give the warranty on our scissors, you have to send them to our guy to fix them, because not anybody can fix them properly or sharpen them properly. It will void your warranty because they will destroy it, as he explained.
Yeah. So,
So go ahead, I'll sharpen them. You can walk through, tell people what it takes to sharpen a scissor, how, if you can tell really what's a great scissor from a cheap metal scissor. Not to call any companies, but there are some companies that sell expensive scissors. I mean, charging a lot of money for scissors, they don't have really good quality.
right, and also, you want me to say? You want me to say the name?
You don't have to say it if you want to say it, but it's up to you. But can you tell that their scissors are actually not made from high quality steel?
Can I tell if one is?
Can you tell by when you sharpen it, the scissor is actually not made from
Sometimes I can tell by the smell of the scissor that comes off it when I'm sharpening.
Really?
I can tell what the scissors are made.
Well, this is the first time since we just launched our brand, Nerhaneja Style. I really want you to tell me what you think of the blade on our scissors.
Well,
This is made for
I can tell you the blades look good, and the hollow grinds looks pretty good.
the steel is from Yamamura factory, Japan. It's Hitachi Kobo steel. It's a high-end steel, and they're all handmade. I was actually in the factory where they make them.
I may have to go.
I'll be back in 1 minute.
Okay. That's for polishing. We'll see what it is. This is where I'm putting the ride line, checking the ride line on the scissor. This needs a better ride line on it. Remember I told you about the ride line that goes down? No. This is, I'm gonna put it on the 3000. I put about 10 to 15 pounds of pressure on these. I need this one. I went to a little coarser because this ride line wasn't coming up. And that looks pretty good. The J channel looks good. The ride looks pretty good. Okay. Same thing. A J channel and the ride all the way up look perfect. And it came up nice. Cheaper scissors. Sometimes you can't get the ride, or it's going to be a squiggly ride because of a cheap, say, Pakistani scissor. So just if you see a Pakistani scissor, don't buy it. Don't even look at it. Uh, I literally bought when I was earlier on in the business. I bought about $7,000 worth of Pakistani scissors because they sent me samples that look good, and I put them in a dump, threw them out. I couldn't fix them, couldn't work with them. this way. The scissor, I put about 45-degree angle on this, on a good high end, 45 to 50 degrees. And I pull up a burr, and I feel for the burr, I can see the burr. Now I gotta get the burr off. It's polishing wheel. Making sure the burr's off. And I can tell this is a quality scissor, just the way it burr comes up and how the grind looks. Just trying to get scratches out now. So it looks pretty. And I'll shave with it. And just because you can shave it doesn't necessarily mean it's a sign that it's good. Doesn't mean it's perfect yet. Okay. The other important thing you got to have is called the set in the scissor. The scissor's got a bow in it. Okay, and it's got to be there. Often I'll have somebody question me and say, are these scissors effective when they see the space between the blades? You have to have that. That's called the set. Without the set, it's not going to cut. If it's too tight, it's not going to cut. If it's too wide, it's not going to cut. If it dips in the middle, it's not going to cut. That's what I do with. I use this to bend blades. Okay, and I also sometimes this is a cobalt hammer. You have to hammer the blades to get the set in.
How much does a good pair of scissors cost?
Well, there are some scissors out there you can pay $6,000 for. There's a company called Hanzo out there who's selling them for $3,000. And they're not as good as this scissor here. In fact, I wouldn't trust where they tell you they're made from. Yeah, they don't have to do that. But anyways, that's basically the process. Now, what you'll get sometimes, in the old days, most all your barbers would use the German scissors with the serrated edges. Okay, an old time barber, they wouldn't spend 10 cents to have it sharpened or 10 cents on their shears. But and there's still some of those out there. But up and coming, some of the barbers now, they're buying good convex edge scissors. They're spending anywhere from $300-400 to a couple thousand out of scissors. So, but they'll last forever. I've been doing some of the same scissors for 30 years, and they're still in good shape. So that's why it's critical that whoever touches your scissors, you better be real careful, because one wrong swipe, one wrong angle, and they're going to be toast. Or if they get the scissor hot, too hot, it'll lose its temper, or it's never going to hold an edge again. So critical that you know who's sharpening your scissors. And there's not a lot of people out there who can do it. A lot of these guys will go out and they'll buy a tape, go in your basement and think they can sharpen scissors, but they can't. So what country of origin is important. And like I said, if you see Pakistan out of scissor, run away. They'll come in, they'll make you offers, and they'll sell them cheap. I mean, I can buy Pakistani scissors for literally 10 cents a pair, and they're going to come and sell them to you for, $40. It's a great markup, but they're not worth $40.
How's the bullberry?
Yeah, ball bearings are the best. They're smoother, but you don't have to. A lot of them, scissors will have just a washer and a screw, and they still work good. But the ball bearing is nice. It's smooth. Sometimes though, I didn't do your second blade because I thought it was okay, but I can do it. So maybe it's making a little bit of noise. But still smooth as hell. It's a nice scissor. I'm actually pretty impressed with it. I went over a lot of stuff and you were going, I'm not sure what else we did.
No, it's okay. Just keep going. Keep going. You guys have any questions? This is your man right here. The scissors are his world. He's been sharpening them and taking care of them for 30 years. Did you ever attend a sharpening competition?
$10?
Sharpening competitions.
Did I ever do one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually did. There was a organization called National Scissor Sharpeners Guild, and we used to meet in Vegas every year. There's a few other guilds now that teach, and I won the whole 9 yards in competition. So.
So this particular scissor, Merhaneja style,
Yeah.
has a sword blade.
Yeah.
It's pretty heavy duty.
Yeah.
What is the life warranty on this scissor? How many sharpenings can you get out of this scissor?
20 years.
20 years.
It's 20 years. 30. Yeah, I've been doing same scissors for 20, 30 years. And same one.
So sometimes people prefer scissors that are thinner.
Yeah, they do. Some do. Very, very rarely do I get that, but yeah, I can thin down the blades.
But that takes away from the life of the scissor.
No, if you do it right.
Not if you do it right?
If you do it
Oh,
right, yeah. There's a lot of meat there that you can take down, and just be careful because I gotta be super careful doing it. But yeah, you can do that. These are the Chinese ones I'm doing now. They explain to them this is the 1000 grit courses grit I have, so I'll get the right line up quicker.
How do we, what do you have to do to when you sharpen the scissors that you can't hear any sound when
Oh,
when you pay close?
I'll buff them out some more for you.
Yeah.
But,
Buffing is what it does it?
that's a buffing right there. That's the
This one had a nick on this side.
got the one I just did.
One of the blades had a nick.
One blade I did not do.
This is how we check for the nick with the tip of the nail.
This blade definitely has nick in it. Chinese blade.
It has it.
It has an exit.
Yeah.
Gotta do the right street, so.
Yeah. So this you say you had. So this is okay.
The property. See, this is a Chinese blade, but the olive grinds look halfway decent. They're not perfect. That line looks good. This need to be sharpened, I think. Are those your barbers?
Huh?
Those are your barbers?
Yeah. Those are Mariana's.
Okay.
The girl who cut your hair. That,
Okay.
That's her sister.
Right, yeah. This is done, came out nice, beautiful polish to it. The right lines are perfect. And that's just one blade. I'm gonna do the other blade now. This blade's got a few nicks in it. I feel the burr, can see the burr. If you have any questions, now be the time to send them. This is I use leather. This one is turning in the opposite directions than the other three. That's again to adjust the right line. We still use leather. It's amazing. Also, it's important that there's a radius to a scissor that kind of goes like this. Okay, certainly 600 millimeters to 800 millimeters, depending on the scissor, what it's made for. A lot of times I'll go into a salon and they actually go in the opposite direction. Okay. It's very important to have that correct radius on your scissor. Otherwise, it's not going to cut. This diamond compound that I use, get the shine, get the polish, get the scratches out. Well, you gotta be careful not to over polish the edge. If it's over polished, you'll push here.
How much?
35.
I took a little into it that way. Yeah.
I think it's 20 colors you want. So you should clean your scissors every day at least, but throughout the day, you should clean your scissors. Go to a hardware store and get a big chamois that they use for cleaning cars. Cut it up into like 40 pieces, 4-inch pieces, and it'll last you forever. And after every use, you should clean the scissor off. I just put some oil, probably too much, but I'm using clipper oil that works fine. But there's scissor oil too you can get. But you should never take your scissors apart. This is I mean, looks easier than it is. It's very hard to put them back together um, without those. If that edge hits each other, you're just going to have a big old neck. So you want to check your tension by dropping it like that, about a 1/4 inch. I go a little tighter, about a 1/2 inch away, and then you know you've got the right tension. If you're cutting and you feel the scissors pushing, check your tension, because if it's loose scissor, it's gonna throw the whole thing off. a fold here, push here. Amazing. One little click on your dial or your screwdriver, whatever the screw, whatever it is, one little turn, tiny, will make all the difference in the world. And then what happens is, if it's not cutting, you become a hooker. You know what a hooker is? A hooker is your fingers are going through, and you start doing this, okay, in order to get the scissor to start to cut, because it's not cutting, tension's off, so you start pulling the blades into each other. I can look at a scissor and see where on the inside of the blades with somebody who's doing that. So that's why tension. I would check. You should check every time you come into your shop, whatever barber shop or salon. You should come in, and when you get, everybody gets their blow dry, gets ready, check your tension on all your scissors, make sure they're oiled. And do that every day and get into that habit, because, um, um, again, tension is key. See, I mean, when the scissor falls like all the way down there, and 90% of my, I go in, they're all like this. And then they wonder why they're not cutting, or they have to sharpen them more often because, again, they're squeezing those blades together. So tension is critical. Get in the habit. The scissors will last you for a long time. I use my fingernails a lot, but your scissors should come with a tool on these type of screws to tighten and loosen them. I use a 10 times magnifier sometimes to really see if there's any damage on the blade. The right line J channel looks good on both of these. Okay. That's just checking the set. Looks pretty good. Let's do some oil. Loose still. Yeah, here, title. Perfect. And I usually like to wipe all the oil, some of the oil off the blades themselves, because otherwise the hair is going to stick to them. But as long as, especially if you got oil between the two blades for smoother. That's quiet. Yeah. Okay. Now these are left-handed scissors. Everything's going to be the opposite. If you're not left-handed, you don't want to buy, if you're not right, if you're right-handed, you don't want to buy left-handed scissors. I've seen it happen and it's not good. Or if you've been for many years, left-handed scissors weren't readily available as they are now. So a lot of left-handed hairdressers and barbers had to learn with a right-handed scissor. Um, and it's very hard to switch over to a lefty if you've been using the righty, because it's a muscle memory that you have. So it's possible, but it's very difficult to do.
Right, Wayne, looks good on these.
It's a Sensei shear. They make pretty good shears, so.
How are you doing?
Good, I think. I'm not sure where. I think I hit every, I don't know, hit every point.
Good, very good. Where are you located?
In Sandy Hook, Connecticut.
You're in Sandy Hook, Connecticut.
Famous for all the wrong reasons, but.
Yes, sir.
At the end, who's MC?
I'll go for it.
Okay.
I know who I am. You can also share this in my barber.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay,
Okay. Sound good?
and I'm gonna, no.
Okay. Very good.
Where's you from, local?
Yes, he's my friend for a long time, maybe about 20 years. All right. Well, it was great that you've been doing this. We appreciate you doing
I
the
appreciate you.
live stream. Steve, Rapid Edge, for our scissors guys on our website, mcprobarber.com, we will have a place where you can submit your scissors, or you can send them. This man will sharpen them, fix them for you, and will return them to you. All right, thank you guys for watching. I'm MC. Check our website, mcprobarber.com. Any final words?